we have a very special guest from WPAA, one of Spider-Man's good friends. Raise your right hand and swear to tell on the holy truth of Halloween your full name.
On the holy truth of Halloween, my full name is Salvatore Anthony Del Greco.
Well, Mr. Del Greco, we would like to know, what is your favorite Halloween candy and why?
My favorite Halloween candy has to be Twix.
Twix, you say?
Twix, I say. And no reason why. I mean, they're all kind of just made out of the same thing, but, you know, I like Twix.
Sounds exciting. Well, my favorite is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Anything with peanut butter, you say?
Yes. And, you know, there's a Twix with peanut butter.
Very good. I might just have that tonight, but
Yeah.
I'd have to take off my mask and then you'd see my face. It wouldn't be too great.
Well, you could do it after we go off air.
That is true, but I was thinking about unmasking. It sounds
Yeah?
like a good idea.
I don't know. Don't they come after your loved ones if you take off the mask?
That's true. That's very true
Yeah.
indeed. Well, my next question is, why don't you talk to us about, I heard something about the sparrow falling. Everyone at this station's been telling me the sparrow falling, the sparrow falling. What is the sparrow falling for the people who don't know? I actually know, but whatever.
All right. Well, I'm super glad you asked. Sparrow Falling is a independently produced TV show that we did right here at WPAA. It's over a year in production, 8 months worth of filming. We had over 80 artists, filmmakers, actors, and you name it, come through and participate in one form or another. And we filmed 9 episodes, and we're going to do a flash animation for a 10th episode. And it's actually premiering tonight, right after this broadcast.
That's right. You heard it first. 1 hour and 43 minutes at 8 o'clock. World premiere. Sparrow Falling, episode 1.
Spider-Man's excited.
Yes. I'm very excited. Well, I'd like to tell you that I was originally in the entertainment industry. I started out in wrestling, and then I went on to talk shows and acts and different feats.
Who's that you wrestled? Bonesaw?
I wrestled everyone. Bonesaw, Crusher Hogan, it doesn't matter. Whoever came out, I wrestled them. And I can't even say how well I wrestled, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, how many did you win?
Well, if you count Crusher Hogan, and you count kind of that other bout, maybe 2. But then my agent kind of moved me over to, you know, the regular entertainment industry. And then I kind of got into the superhero business.
You have an agent?
I had an agent.
You had an agent?
But he was pretty greedy. And he asked me for my real name, and then I couldn't sign checks, and then I couldn't get more money. It was crazy.
All right.
I actually tried to join the Fantastic Four for money, but it turns out that you can't get paid by the Fantastic Four. I don't understand this.
No superhero union, huh?
No.
Ah.
I really wanted to be a superhero for hire, but I don't have any pockets, so I don't know where I
Support your
put
local
it.
superhero union, kids.
Exactly. And can you tell us a little bit about your role in the project? We know that you're the creator and you're a writer, but can you tell us the broad spectrum of your roles?
As humbly as possible, I'm going to say that I had a hand in just about everything that happened. Mm-hmm. There are people who are far more skilled and far more experienced who, you know, took prominent positions. Paul Stamper was our director of photography. He's amazing. We're going to watch one of his films tonight. And but what I did is, you know, I greased all the wheels. I made sure everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. You know, I guess they call that a producer. You know, but I had a hand in the writing. While I'm labeled director, actually the assistant directors and the co-directors probably did more directing than I actually did. And you know, everybody in the cast and crew wore multiple hats. You know, George, who plays the Daru, he held a boom mic, you know. And our assistant cameras, you know, Zach and Rose, they had roles. Our assistant director, Ian, he had a role. Everybody had a crew and a on-screen role. So
Let's talk about your project and how you actually came to WPAA.
Well, Freeman, you know, the face of WPAA, made many overtures to me. I moved back from upstate New York in 2013, and you know, wasn't really integrating back well because you know when you're gone for a long time, your friends tend to move on, life tends to go on. You come back, you can't just like drop in and say, hey, here I am, and then interfere with everybody's life. So, got to kind of find a way to fit in somewhere. And so eventually I made my way here. I checked it out. I was super impressed. At that time, I was ramping up to campaign for the Bernie Sanders primary. Mm-hmm. And inspired by the Young Turks, I decided to do a political show. I did that for the remainder of the Democratic primary. After Bernie lost, I was a little burned out on politics. But I wanted to continue with WPAA, so I looked for a bunch of things to do. We filmed concerts, you know, footage that I'm still sitting on that I'm gonna put out. But eventually I thought, hey, I want to do something conceptual, and took it from there.
Very interesting indeed. Can you tell us about how
We
would
got
you-
guests.
Yep. Ooh, guest.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Hello, how are you tonight? Why don't you have a seat? Have a nice seat. What's your name?
Daddy.
Eddie? Okay. And what's your costume?
Poison ivy.
Poison Ivy, like Batman Poison Ivy?
No, poison ivy girl.
Poison Ivy girl? Cool. Would you like to play a quick game? Hey there, can you give us W1? Now, all you have to do is watch the screen and tell us what this creature is.
Okay.
What is that?
A werewolf.
Good job. Now, you get some candy for that, but would you like to go on to the second round?
Sure.
So, give us Z1. What is that?
Is a bloody teeth.
Bloody teeth. It may start with a Z. What's closer to a Z? Or a D?
I mean, technically, she's right.
Yep, we'll give you that one. Go to the next one. That is 3. What's that?
A vampire.
And for extra points,
knew
who
that
is
right
that
away.
vampire? His name starts with a D. It sounds like Dracula. Dracula. You got that one. Yay!
Dracula, Dad.
Yep. All right, give us number 4. You're doing good. Ooh, what is that?
A ghost.
Ooh, extra points. What is that ghost's name? It starts with a C. You can help.
He's friendly.
His name is Casper, the friendly ghost.
Casper the friendly ghost.
Yay! Give us number 5.
Number 5.
What is that?
A witch.
Nice. Give us number 6.
Chucky.
Wow, she knew that right away.
Ooh,
Chucky?
You're on a roll, yeah.
My aunt doll, she has a Chucky.
There's
Really?
a Chucky. Are you scared of the Chucky? Kind of.
Doesn't move, does it?
A little bit.
A little bit.
All right. Give us number
7.
7.
She should be hosting the show.
Yes, clearly. This one's super hard. Ever seen that person? Nope.
No.
That's okay. So you get candy.
There
Have
you
a
go.
seat that way. And the
What about our candy?
Nice lady will give you candy, and we'll give you some candy here.
There
I
you
can't
go.
even see.
We have
Here we
candy
go.
right here.
Let's open your candy. Here you go. Enjoy the candy. And here's a little bit more for you. Have a fun night, and happy Halloween. Thanks for playing.
Tell your dentist to send the bill to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
If your dentist asks any questions, tell him Spider-Man told you to eat that candy.
There you go.
Have a happy Halloween. Thank you. Bye. Our first contestant has already cleared almost 7 questions right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Now, back to our interview. And I can't even read because this mask is,
Then how do you fight crime?
I fight crime all the time. This is my extra suit. My other suit got wet, and this is the suit I bought at the store.
All right.
And it's a bad suit.
All right. So one suit got wet, and one suit you can't see out of. That sounds very effective.
It's quite a life. I'm actually pretty poor.
You have Batman in the control room, don't you?
Yes, we do, but he's pretty greedy. He won't give me any money.
No.
He told me I shouldn't even be fighting crime. I have no reason.
What about just a spare bat suit? You can paint it.
True, but then I'd have to talk like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no one wants bat boys.
Yes. So let's talk about how this became a community project, coming back to the Sparrow Falling, and
Okay.
your whole attitude, your whole project, everything that happened.
Everything?
Well, just the
Yeah. Let's keep it under 5 minutes. I did my first movie that I did when I decided that acting was the route that I was going to go down was in New York City, and I had a really good experience on that movie. But I wanted to look for something locally because I knew there were some local filmmakers. And I got into a couple small roles, did the 48-hour film project, got put on this film, or got a role in this film called Followers at the time. Now I think it's called Finders Keepers. And while I really enjoyed making that film, there was just like mixed feelings coming out of it. There were some things that I wish could have been different, you know, and some of those things come from how filmmaking in general and the rules are within the industry, which I think leave a little to be desired, especially on an independent level when you're rarely getting paid. I like the idea, one, it's community TV. So when I thought about doing the project here, I really liked the idea of it being a community thing. And the idea was less of a film and more of an art project, where we would all get together, maybe one day a week, couple days a week, you know, work on set pieces, work on costumes, film all that, film some scenes when we got time to film the scenes, you know, and just anybody could do whatever. You didn't even have to be skilled. You just had to participate, you know. And originally it was just going to be Macbeth, you know, the Shakespeare play. But we saw a similar concept being done by some other people with another Shakespeare work, and we decided we didn't want to be a poor imitation of something awesome. And so we decided to be our own thing. And we took the look that we were developing, and we started writing an original story, which went from a small self-contained story and started to balloon out. And at first it was 6 episodes, then it was 8, and then it was 10, you know, and then next thing you know, every episode was an hour long, and it just kept going and growing by itself.
So I see some people in the audience. Are these Sparrow people?
One of them is a Sparrow person, and he should come here now with the tie. Yeah. Well, I already called you out on live TV, dude, so you have to come now. Yeah.
They're hiding. That's okay. I hide behind a mask.
It's his brother, the wrong one.
Oh, it's the wrong one? All right, well, I don't have glasses on. There he is. Where's Jonathan? Come on, man. There's candy.
Tons of experience.
Yeah. All right, so this is Jonathan. What up, dude? And
Leaving Spider-Man hanging?
yeah, give Spider-Man some props, dude.
Hello, Jonathan. How
All right,
are you
so-
today?
You're good.
So, tell me, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Recess Puffs.
Another one. Yes. High five to you. Very nice.
We don't have any of those.
That's okay. We have those. They're pretty good.
Yeah, second favorite.
Would you like to play a game, Jonathan?
Sure, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. Batman, give us number 1. Watch the screen. What creature is that?
A werewolf.
Very good.
Oh,
Give us number 2. What is that?
A zombie.
Gonna have to make these harder.
Yep. They're made for little kids, but that's okay.
All right.
Number 3.
Dracula.
Yes.
By name.
By name. Very good. Number 4.
A ghost.
Very good. Number 5. What type of creature is that? It's Halloween related and it starts with a W.
Witch.
Very good. Next, let's give us number 6.
Chucky.
Very, very good. Number 7.
Frankenstein.
You have a picture of 2 + 2 up there, too?
Did someone give you the answers?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Number, I can't count anymore. Number 9? 8? Who is that?
Freddy Krueger. Come on, guys.
Goodness. Number 10.
Oh, there you go.
I know what he says, but I don't know his name. He says he is Johnny.
Oh, you know, that's good enough.
That might count actually. Would you help him out? Can you be a help? Can you tell him the character or can you tell him the actor?
I could tell him the actor.
Well, why don't you- the character's name starts with a J. It is Jack. But because you knew the line, we are giving you the next. Play the next one. Who's that?
I'm gonna say that's Jason.
Yeah.
For extra points, what is his last name? Starts with a V.
That's a V.
Sure.
I don't know.
That is Jason Voorhees. So, give us the next slide. Who is this creature? Or what is this creature?
That's a good one.
Gray.
Gray.
That's okay. Thanks for playing, Jonathan.
Yeah, but before you go,
Go. Let's-
just so you know, he played 2 roles on the Sparrow phone.
Did you?
2 different ones.
Tell us about your roles that you played.
The first one, I was the dead kid of his son. And the second one, I was the mage I was his son mage. Very powerful one.
Yeah.
And tell us about your acting. Was this the first time you acted? Have you acted previously?
Well, it was the first time.
It was the first time, and how old are you?
11.
Very interesting. And did this experience make you want to do more things?
Yes.
Sweet.
Very cool. And what was your favorite experience on the set? A really good memory of the Sparrow? Something that you really had fun with, or something, or a scene that you might have liked a lot?
It was when me and the mage family were eating dinner.
Cool. So that's all the time we have for that. So
Okay. Grab
ne-
some candy.
Grab some candy. You know you love the candy. That's why you came here tonight. It's not to interview, it's not to watch anything, it's to eat candy. And if anyone asks, tell them Spider-Man told you to eat that candy. Do you? We'll talk later. He says he knows my name. So, on that note, let's play the trailer for his project.
The professionalism and the intention, they commit to every move that they're doing here.
Every day that we're on set is a new experience. What makes it successful is the person, whether the director, the producer, who's in charge of it, has a definite vision.
Sparrow Falling as a production has evolved really in a cool way.
It's like a whole new world by itself where all these lords are fighting for the land. It is a very interesting piece that I think all the audience will love to watch.
It was definitely a newer experience for me. I haven't really done anything like that, at least particularly complicated before. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'm back again, Spider-Man with Sal, and to the left of us, over here, nope, it is Jason Voorhees Purple. Can you tell us a little bit about your costume? I guess he's camera shy. That's okay, folks. So, on another note,
I want to know what his favorite candy is.
favorite candy?
Favorite
Nothing?
favorite movie?
Food?
Anything?
Weapon?
Way to kill people.
I don't think he's very happy with us tonight, but
No,
that's
all right.
okay. I understand. I wear a mask myself too. So, let's talk about, before you were telling us about the project, I would like to ask you, would you encourage others to do what you did?
Of course I would. You know, I would encourage others to do whatever comes into their mind as long as you don't hurt people. Whatever comes into their mind in a positive light and creative endeavors. If you want to learn how to play guitar, don't be preoccupied with being the next Jimi Hendrix. Just go out and play guitar. Go out and draw. If you can't draw a stick figure, learn how. It's all practice. And do whatever you want. Just that's what life is for.
That's great advice. I will tell that to a certain redhead tonight.
Good luck.
Next, I would like to ask you, when you get angry at a movie, what sets you off? Especially with this current decade. Is there anything that you don't like?
Well, I'm not going to get into detail, but the things that make me angry are like political movies, documentaries, which point to certain things that, social issues that I feel passionately about.
Don't mind me. I'm just adjusting my mask. I have this fear that someone will take it off at any moment.
Not me. Maybe him.
Jason?
He's been eyeing it
Would you
this
take
whole
my
time.
mask off? Because I would take your mask off if you took my mask off.
That happened in Jason Takes Manhattan,
I
and
saw
those
that one.
people booked it out of there. So you might not want to see what's under there.
I don't think I do.
I think it's a little wet and squishy.
You might like what you see under here, though, Jason. Anyways, are there any common qualities in cinema today that you dislike? Is there something that you'd like to try to avoid in your work?
Lack of practical effects and lack of practical lighting. And that might not mean anything to like just the regular person out there listening, but a prime example is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from today. One was Jim Henson puppets and actual real martial artists in giant turtle suits, and they looked awesome, and that movie hit home with an entire generation of people. And then you have the Michael Bay movies, which are all CGI, overdone. The turtles look giant, and I just don't connect with them in the same way that I connected with the old turtles. And I think that sense of realism that we don't get from CGI is a detriment.
Very, very true. Well, I know a certain special effects man. His name is Mysterio. You should connect with him.
And I'll say that as far as the superhero movies that come out, I am super grateful to be living in a time period where we get to see those types of movies, and that they're able to put those types of movies out, and they all pretty much look fantastic.
I wanted to add Spider-Man #3 to the top Halloween horror movies to watch in Wallingford, but they wouldn't let me. Why?
Did you see the dancing sequence? Were you in the dancing sequence?
After the first 5 minutes, I just had a heart attack and passed out. When people play me, it just hurts me inside. No one can really capture my attitude, my sense of style, my dramatic flair.
Well, you're on live TV now.
Very true. Jason, have anything to say?
Okay. So you hear, folks, you hear people laughing out there. There's plenty of Sparrow alumni. If anybody's brave enough to sit next to Jason, one of you should come in here. Oh, we got two.
Easy peasy.
2 alumni.
Sorry.
All right, so you already met Jonathan. This
Jonathan.
guy is Zach Turner.
Hello. How are you?
All right.
Zach Turner.
Hey.
How are you today?
Oh, fantastic. I've been up for 30 hours.
And what is your costume tonight?
This is Zach Chic. It's going to be available right in your local neighborhood. Limited edition. I'm kidding. It's whatever. I'm just dressed casual. So.
Okay, Jonathan, what's your costume tonight?
A hitman's costume.
Hitman. Very cool.
Start 'em young.
Exactly.
007.
So, I would like to ask you, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Reese's, hands down.
Another one for Reese's. We need to have a Reese's party tonight, I think.
There's none in the bucket.
WPAA, where were you with this candy? I needed Reese's tonight. Reese's! Remember that. It's not pronounced Reese's, Reese's.
Who knew spiders like peanut butter?
I like everything.
Just like how GIF isn't GIF, right?
Sure. Anyway, what is a movie from your childhood or currently that makes you scared? Anybody can answer this one. You have a movie that freaked you out, made you scared?
When I was a kid, Spirited Away freaked me the hell out.
Spirited Away?
Yeah.
Why did Spirited Away scare you?
The faceless ghost dude, the main antagonist for a while.
You know, I haven't seen it since, and I don't know if it would freak me out as much today, but a long time ago, my dad and my stepmom took me to go see the Dustin Hoffman movie, Outbreak. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that at the time, that movie kind of freaked me out a little bit, especially like the hospital tent part.
I can see that. I can see that. Anything with outbreaks, viruses, you never want to mess with that, especially stuff that really hits real home.
So, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
It's okay.
I just want to highlight that Zach is one of those people who wore just about every hat possible on the set of the Sparrow Falling.
Thank you, Sal.
Yeah, camera, PA, gopher.
Gopher. Lighting.
Extra, speaking part, and we have a Batman and a princess. I can't tell, but we have guests.
We have guests?
We have guests.
All right.
Come on over, guys.
Join us in the spotlight.
Yes.
Get your 15 seconds of fame, or rather 15 minutes, probably.
Oh, it's Vampire Batman.
Hello there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello.
What is your name? Arlene and Randy. It's okay, come back. It's all right. So, Randy, Arlene, what are your costumes tonight? Dracula.
Can you turn around and show the camera?
I've never seen a Dracula with the Batman symbol.
You got to come over to the left a little there, bud.
It's
there
fun.
you go.
There you go.
There you go.
We see you. Everyone sees you.
Strike your Dracula pose.
Arlene, why don't you come up here? Why don't you tell us your costume?
Nice.
Princess. So we have Dracula and Princess. Very cool. Would you guys like to play a game? You guys can help each other. All right. Batman, give me number 1. Watch up at that monitor, and I would like you to tell me what this picture is. What creature is that? Look up there, Arlene. What was that?
A Wolverine.
Wolverine. Arlene? Do you know what that is? No? Sal, can you help?
Help like a hint?
Sure.
It changes form in the full moon.
Any of our guests would like to help? Yes?
It howls at the night. That can stand
It's
up.
not a Wolverine, but it's very close. It starts with a W, and it starts with where. And it ends with wolf. Nice. You got it. All right, give us number 2. What creatures are those?
Zombies.
I knew those right away.
Nice.
Ace
Everyone
that
knows the zombies now.
Yeah.
All right, give me number 3. Who is that?
Dracula.
And what type of creature is he?
A vampire.
Nice. Give us number 4. Okay. Give us number 5.
Witch.
Give us number 6. Who is that? Chucky. I'm thinking of changing my catchphrase to who you gonna call? Spider-Man. How's that sound?
Could use some work.
No, Blue Ranger.
Say hello to Spider-Man. You a Power Ranger? Blue Power Ranger? Want some candy? Have some candy. What's your costume tonight?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, okay. And where are you from? Wallingford? Meriden? Okay. Have some more candy. It's okay. Help yourself. Thank you for coming. Enjoy. Take care.
Thank you.
So, I would like to ask you guys, how did you hear about Sparrow Falling? Each individual person, if you could tell me how you came to be. Was it word of mouth? Did you connect with somebody? Did you know Sal? Did you hear about the station? Did you know anything about the station before the project?
I'm just gonna let my friend here go first.
Jason? Anything?
All right. I heard about the project because one of my colleagues at MXCC was actually helping out on the project. And I figured, okay, hey, there's a TV show here. It looks like it's got some pretty high-end stuff going on with it. I'm going to message the people who run it. So I went on the Facebook page, went to the admins area, messaged one of the admins, got on set as a PA. And quickly and pretty quickly, essentially, I just started doing pretty much everything. From getting on top of ladders and making sure the lights were good to moving set pieces around and being an extra, all sorts of stuff. So.
Do you have a favorite Sparrow moment that you could talk about?
Favorite Sparrow moment?
We'll leave you to think about that. Jonathan, same question that he was asked?
When my mom told me about this, I was so excited, but my brother wasn't, so I wanted to join, and here I am right now.
Cool. And who told you about the project? Your
My
mother?
mom.
And how did she hear about the project? Do we know? Did she know anyone from here, or did she connect with someone, or did she just hear about it?
She connected with Sal.
Word of mouth, people. That's how it goes in the game. So,
I have an answer.
yes, sir.
So, my favorite Sparrow moment. Towards the end of shooting, there was a very, very cool fight scene in which a person went through a table, and it was probably one of the most epic things I've seen on a film set. It was really surreal to watch. It was like 99% real. It didn't even feel fake, but it was definitely fake. Don't get the wrong idea. So yeah, that's my favorite Sparrow moment right there.
You know that as Spider-Man, I go through a table almost every single day. I get knocked into walls, all this other stuff, but no one's happy with me, but they love your project. What's up with that?
I don't know, man. I have no words.
I think Jason's not very happy either. Yeah, right there? We have some more contest players for candy. Come up. And what are your names?
My name is Alejandra.
Alejandra and
Valeria.
Valeria and you're camera shy? He's also camera shy. His name is Jason. He doesn't talk very much. So, what are your costumes tonight?
I'm Jojo Siwa.
And you are? Okay. And what is he? A knight with a Patriots hat. Very cool. So, would you guys like to play a game?
What I know.
Okay, so up on the screen, we're going to put some pictures up, and we would like you to tell us what creatures they are. And the more pictures you get right, the more candy you get. Okay, so number 1. Jonathan, you cannot answer. What is this creature?
A wolf.
Where? Wolf. We'll give you that one. Number 2. Wolf. Okay, number 2, please. What is that?
A zombie.
Zombie, yes. Number 3.
Zombie. A vampire.
Vampire. And for extra candy, what vampire is that?
American.
His name starts with a D. Dracula. Yes. Dracula. Yep, I heard it. That's correct. Number 4, please.
Ghost.
And who is that ghost? His name starts with a C. It sounds like Casper. And he's a friendly ghost. Number 5. What are those?
Witch.
Witch. Yes. You get candy too. 6.
I guess more pictures.
Chucky.
Chucky. Everyone knows Chucky.
Chuck.
Chucky used to make me so scared when I was little. I don't know how you know Chucky. Who is that?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Give us the next one. Who is that?
Freddy.
Ooh.
Freddy.
Next. He's up here. Jonathan, you want to help with this one?
Yep, he likes to kill people a lot.
And his name starts with a J. It sounds like Jason. Jason.
Yeah, close.
Close. Well, thanks for playing. Grab some candy. Help yourself. Grab as much. Take a handful. Take a handful, Ninja. But don't cut me with that sword.
Samurai.
Anyways, let's play. No problem. Happy Halloween. And if anyone asks you, tell them Spider-Man told you to eat that candy. So, the next part of our list on our top 11, give us number 7. The Shining, 1980.
This is Robert James. He was co-producer, co-writer, and the lead actor of The Sparrow Fallen. So I'm going to ask you the non-Sparrow questions while we wait for Spider-Man to finish up his gig there.
No worries there.
All right. So, what is your favorite horror or Halloween?
Oh, damn it, that's hard. I've always been a fan of horror. That's what I grew up on. That's what I still continue to watch. That's extremely hard for me to pick.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know what you want me to say. I get that. I own all your films. I don't know if yours is my favorite. Sorry.
Quick trivia, Sparrow trivia. You carried around a box set of his films in your book bag.
Yes, at all times.
Yeah.
I was there for maybe like 2 weeks.
Biggest fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to sign an
As
autograph
I said,
for him.
you've been killing them all night long.
Ooh. All right. So, favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, candy? I'm always just going to go with the bite-sized Snickers.
Okay.
Great, and they fill you up.
Yeah. Old standby.
You looking for candy, or are you a guest?
Come on, build some billion pieces.
Hello. Hi. What's your costume? Pennywise. Very cool. What is your
On
name?
your match.
Abby. Would you like some candy, Abby?
Use the FF.
And you are?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. I'm more of an Obama fan myself, but
So was America.
yeah, I was in a comic with Obama.
Did any of you vote for me?
If I was old enough, yeah.
As a superhero, I cannot tell you who I voted for. Come grab some candy. Would you guys like to play a game?
Sure.
All right, give us number 1. What is that creature up there? All right, give us number 2. What type of creature is that? Hillary? Any question? Comments?
No, a melon head.
A melon head.
Something.
Yeah. Give us number 3. What is that? Give us number 4.
Go.
Number 5. What type of creature is that? It starts with a W. Very good. The next one, whatever it is. Spider-Man king. Chucky. And for extra points, can you tell me what year the first Chucky movie came out in? Hint, hint, it's in the late 1980s.
88.
Yes. Lots of candy. You are awesome. Next.
Frankenstein.
Okay, for extra points, in the book that is Frankenstein, what is this creature's actual name in the book? Not in the movie. It starts with an M and it ends in stir.
Monsters.
The monster, yes. Next one. Who is this? Freddy Krueger. I heard it. Next. Anyone know who that is? Okay. Well, grab some more candy. Thanks for playing. Where are you all from? Are you from Wallingford, Maryland?
From Maine.
Maine? Cool. And you?
Wallingford.
Wallingford. Nice. Thank you for visiting. I hope you have a happy Halloween. And
Happy Halloween.
say happy Halloween. And if anybody asks, tell them Spider-Man told you to eat that candy.
Okay.
Good night. Ooh. Jason, have you met Jason?
No.
No? This is the purple Jason. He's our special friend. Did you guys have some candy?
Yeah.
And where are you from?
Wallingford.
Wallingford? And where are you from?
Wallingford.
Cool. And how old are you?
10.
And
7.
7. And I would like to thank you for coming by and appreciate you guys grabbing some candy. If anyone asks, especially your dentist, tell them Spider-Man gave you that cavity. Okay? Enjoy. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah, mostly.
Sal has disappeared.
Yep.
Well, tell us, what is your role in the Sparrow Fallen? Your overall. We know you act, you write, but tell us how it came to be and tell us what you do in the part.
Oh, jeez. This all started out, my God, for like 15 months ago. Sal and I had just reconnected after a while, and we just started talking about, well, we used to act in high school together, and we did Macbeth together. He was the Macduff to my Macbeth, and he'd cut my head off every night, and it was great. And we decided we should try to start doing that again, so we came here with the distinct purpose of shooting Macbeth. Found out we couldn't do it, so we invariably just started creating the world of the Sparrow, the universe in and of itself, the laws, and the people in it. And from there, from that spitballing of ideas, we created this entire 10-episode TV series.
Some writers have said that when you write, it's like creating a universe, and it's like being on another level, because when you give the characters life, they actually go out and do things on their own. Did you find that in your writing? Did you find characters just had a life of their own?
To a certain extent, yes. Some of them, absolutely. I mean, myself personally, as the character I was, no. I knew what I was going to do. Outside of that, I had no idea what anyone else was going to do until we finally got down to it. And we also had a collaborative effort with a lot of the actors as well, where if they thought something should fit there, it would go in. So yeah, absolutely. The characters themselves came to life every single time we set them on camera.
Could you talk to us about your favorite character in Sparrow Fallen?
Right.
Is there a favorite character? Can you play favorites?
No, I'm not allowed to, for any reason whatsoever. I can tell you who I really don't like is that McSander. He was crap. Everyone else, great.
Can you tell us the biggest difference between you and McSander? Is there one? Is there something alike?
I didn't have to kill my father. He was already dead, so that works.
That's always a good sign.
Absolutely.
It's always a good sign. I'm getting a flashback right now.
I'd like to think I'm a bit funnier than him. That's about it.
Very cool. Now, a question and a theme that we've been going on this entire night. By the way, there's only a half an hour left until the world premiere of The Sparrow Falling. So, what is your favorite Halloween candy? Or Halloween candy, or any candy of any sort that you would like to have right now?
Right now, I would like to have a Reese Sticks.
Ah, another Reese.
Reese Sticks. They are the best.
Very good. Spider-Man agrees. Now, before we get to the next list of films, let's play It from 1993. I'm afraid of clowns, I forgot.
Oh, that's terrible. Now we know how to beat you.
Oh, no. Well, to be honest, the film that really scares me, the scariest movie, is a movie called Arachnophobia. It takes me back to when I was 15 and I went to this thing and a radioactive spider bit me and then I was never the same.
That's completely understandable.
I can't deal with it. I wear a spider. Sometimes I look at this costume, I just get scared. It gives me a flashback. I don't know what to do. Hello, what is your name?
DJ.
DJ, and what is your costume tonight, DJ?
Bumblebee from Transformers.
And which of the Transformers movies is your favorite?
I don't really watch them.
You don't really watch them. That's okay. Neither did I.
I just play with
Or unless I just fell asleep during them. What is your costume?
I'm an evil queen.
An evil queen. What is your name?
Kaylin.
And how old are you?
10.
And how old are you?
8.
And do you guys love candy?
Yes.
How much candy did you get tonight? Lots?
For my grandma.
We just started.
Just started. Nice. Well, grab some more candy. Come around. Enjoy. Those tongues really freaked me out. They gave me flashbacks of to Carnage and Venom.
Understand.
Those tongues just, I can't deal with tongues. Can you, Jason? You all right there? Jason's not too happy. Jonathan, we were discussing earlier things that scare you in old movies or movies that scare you. And you had discussed the fact that voices, the narrator of the trailer. Can you go into that?
They have deep voices and they're pretty scary. That's all I got.
Deep voices. Vince LaFontaine, very scary. All his narration, very scary. I'm in agreement with you there. If someone were narrating my life, especially James Earl Jones, I'd be very scared.
Okay, that's understandable.
Venom.
Yep. Venom, yes. Venom. I don't want to talk about that. I'm just getting scared.
It's all right, you're good.
Above us.
He's above us. Well, all right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Coming back. Now I have a big. I have a big question to ask.
With the big seats.
A lot of people have a negative perception on certain genres, whether it be fantasy, whether it be sci-fi, whether it be Lord of the Rings. But what do you consider your ideal audience for this concept? Is there an ideal audience?
For all intents and purposes, really, no. Everybody fits that mold. Anybody could watch this and be happy with it. And I'm actually quite happy about that. I didn't see that coming into it originally. This one had more of like a horror and sci-fi feel, but as you go along into it, it became something more than that. That's astounding to me.
And you had discussed earlier the Shakespearean Macbeth elements. Did you feel that there are still a lot of Shakespearean elements in the writing, or were you connected to that?
Yes, we tried to as much as possible. I mean, of course, being who we are, we did dumb the language down a bit because, my God, there's no way we're going to have people sit through 10 hours of just pure Shakespeare. That's not appealing to anybody. So yeah, we did dumb the language down a bit, but we did keep a lot of the syntax and a lot of the bigger words and so on within it, as well as a lot of the overall arcs of the storyline.
That's good to hear. Do you have a moment on the Sparrow set that was either your favorite moment or a moment that you really enjoyed thinking back? Anything that you could discuss, or maybe a day when you had a lot of fun?
For the ones that I did the most, I technically can't discuss them. Not yet, anyways.
On that note,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about the writing experience? Tell us a general brief overview of writing one episode, or episode one, perhaps. How that come about?
Well, strangely enough, episode 1 took me the shortest amount of time to write. I just kind of secluded myself, and I went right after that. The way that my writing style works is if I'm doing a specific scene, I try to imagine the layout of the room first off, and then I figure out how people are going to interact throughout it and within it. And from there, it just becomes a lot easier. So once I know how people are going to move about their space, I can then know exactly what they're going to say. And from there, it just snowballed into the entirety of the first script. That's how I tried to tackle every other script after that as well, where you have to start with one basic scene. Once you're done with that, you can keep moving along.
And did you feel that, you were saying that the first one came along a lot quicker. Did you
Yeah.
feel that when you were getting into the final episodes, were there a lot more things that you had to think about as far as continuity and everything else? Is that what made it harder, or just
No.
because there was so much?
What made it harder was just trying to get it perfect after that point in time. At that point, you know exactly what you want to write. It's just the problem of getting there. You know where you're going, you've got your point A, you've got your point B, C, and so on and so on. It's just the midpoints right in between those. Getting the dialogue right, just getting the action correctly. That's the hardest part, and that's what took the longest.
Sounds very good. We have some more guests here behind us. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, Spider-Man.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
What do I look like?
I can't really see out of this mask.
Well, my name is Tommy Fury.
Tommy
And I
Fury, that's a
play-
pretty good name.
I play the role of Cinderin, one of the villains in the Sparrow Falling, and I am a master of crystal mage and a geologist.
Cool.
And there's more to me than meets the eye, but I can't tell you that right now.
What would be the biggest difference between you and the character you played? Is there something that's very different between you and the character, or something similar to you and the character?
I like to play a lot of villain parts. I'm good at, I feel comfortable playing villain parts.
And are you
bad guys?
And are you sad tonight?
Sad?
Yeah.
No.
Never sad? Very happy?
Yeah.
Show us your smile. And you are?
Well, I am Liberty Gonzalez. I am Jonathan's mom. And
Connections.
So I played Lady L. And I was the sorceress behind the scenes for a lot of things. So I really loved my character because when I wasn't there, my essence was there anyways. It still was present. So in a way, I was there throughout the entire movie. So I really enjoyed it. I had lots of fun, and I learned a lot.
So on that note, tell us about your favorite moment on the Sparrow falling, favorite day, or perhaps a favorite incident.
They were all different. They were all unique. But I think that, not sure if I can go too far, but it was
just a little
scene with the Gunthers.
Gunthers. That sounds like a very, very good name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fits them perfectly.
Yeah.
So
I loved it. It was amazing.
Very nice. 13 minutes till the Sparrow falling. World premiere. Stay tuned, friends. So, coming back to our special guests over here. I'm pointing this way, this way, this way. No. Spider-Man goes everywhere. We have Liberty and Tommy Fury. Now, what would you say is your favorite Halloween candy?
Well, I'm going to say something different that everyone has said. So I'm going to say Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers. For a second, I thought you might go with coconut. I hate coconut.
So sad.
Three Musketeers. Let's go with that one.
Three Musketeers. Nice. And Mr. Fury?
Oh, I'll take the scene.
Three Musketeers. Two people with Three Musketeers. Love it.
Do we have any?
Jason, do you have anything to add? Jason says no. Okay, so let's talk about set pieces. A lot of the filming, from what I understand, happened in here in the studio. And both of you, I believe, were around the construction and makeup and everything else. Can you talk about the set design and what went into some of those pieces, or do you want to talk about a specific day, one of the scenes, or anything like that?
I mean, there's many. Every day was unique in itself, but it took a lot of work. Just before, I mean, setting the set, first of all, that takes a lot of work. That's just the beginning of everything. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And I tried to be a part of all of it so I can get that experience. And I enjoyed, we did makeup and some wardrobes, run and go get some costumes. Oh, we need a pair of pants, we need a shirt, you need to go. So we would go, run for that. Anything else that they needed on the set. Nice. If it was glue, I remember going out to get crazy glue. Remember that? But I loved every minute of it. Everything was a learning experience, and if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again.
Now, I'm very interested. How did you guys learn about WPAA and Sparrow Falling? Tommy, would you like to tell me about that?
Well, I got a connection through Sal, and he found out about, my acting experience, and he figured that I fit this character perfect. And once I started doing one of my first scenes, I felt very comfortable with it, and Sal seemed to be happy with it, and that made me feed off of the energy even more, and I got into the character even stronger, and I just became that character. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. I enjoyed it.
And Liberty, would you like to add anything?
Well, it was basically my first, I interviewed with Sal, and I got the part. It was to begin with working on another project, and then we ended up working on Sparrow Falling. But it was, I had done a lot of ballet, played music, did arts and theater, drama. When I was much, much younger, life happened, and so about a year ago, I got involved again. And so here I am, and I loved it. And it was a learning experience, it was therapeutic, it was just something you did from the soul.
It's wonderful to hear. Just like my crime fighting. Do it from my soul inside. Only 9 minutes to go before the world premiere of Sparrow Falling. So, Jason, do you have anything else to add? Yes? No? Will you be watching the Sparrow Falling today with us? I think that means a yes. Everyone's a Sparrow fan. All right, coming back to what Rob was saying about the characters and the writing process, about being able to give feedback and to give stories, characters backstory. Did either of you contribute to your characters, either in the writing process or giving things that you thought about your character to add to them, like their backstory, anything like that?
Not sure. Well, the writing process, I know Rob and Sal, took care of that. But yes, we were able to, at times, depending on, you put yourself into it. You become that character. So I guess as we worked, the first scene here, okay, you're kind of feeling your way, but then you become that character. So it was, I think they fed off of that too, depending on what our character was. You had other scenes that you had to continue writing afterwards. So it did feed into that part of that writing, because you get to know your actors and a certain scene, a particular way that you want it. But I loved my character. I became someone that in real life, absolutely nothing like that, but I could really, I became that character. I loved my character. And being able to play, it was almost as if playing two people in one, because a lot of people didn't know that I was the sorceress behind the scenes. So I was manipulating a lot, which I can't say much, but that's as much as I can say. So basically, it was almost two characters in one.
Sounds like the story of my life.
I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, understandable.
So, Rob, based on what Liberty said about her character, and maybe talk about Tommy, when you were writing the process in your mind, or about the sets, what you were picturing in your mind and what actually went on, was that different? Was there a disconnect? Was there more?
Not hugely so, no. Most of what I had in mind is what we ended up making here on the soundstage. There's a couple of things we absolutely couldn't do. I had an idea for the throne room, but we didn't have the money for that. Specific things, but mostly everything basically fit with the idea I had in my head, which I'm quite surprised about.
Let's talk to our
10
guest.
minutes. 10
and
minutes.
Your name is?
30 minutes. Hey.
You first.
I know your name. Your name is Rose.
Yes.
I'm Nadu, and you are? I know you're Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man. I have another name, but I can't tell you. It's when I take off this mask, a lot of villains would be way too happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Although I do know a man named Darwin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where is Darwin?
He's over there.
Come, Darwin. Come and join us. Hooray!
I have a very special friend who was in a scene with Darwin. Can you tell us a little bit about that scene?
Oh, actually, no. I didn't write that scene.
Darwin, can you tell us about your scene with Riyadh?
My scene with Riyadh was very enlightening, to say the least. I had to consult with, my elder, a man I have tremendous respect for, my elder shaman, or
Mm-hmm. So
it was more, I don't want to say too much, but it was kind of visually
stunning,
yeah.
Yes.
Not just stunning, but it's more in a flashback.
You have no head because of the green hat.
Lightning.
I wore the hat because I didn't want to show my head.
You're so on another level, your head is disappearing. That's right, you heard it first. It was enlightening. It was great. Check out that scene.
It was a wonderful time.
Wonderful time.
Yeah. Wish I was here for it.
I know there was a lot of white robes. I heard that.
Yes,
Yes,
quite
yes, we were.
unbelievable.
I hope they don't showing any bloopers tonight.
I wore one.
We will take more time.
So Rose, tell us about your work on Sparrow Falling. We talked to a lot of people who had crew roles. We talked to the cast, and I know you were involved in a lot of different ways. But focus on the crew side for us. Tell us about what you did.
I was assistant to DP, so Paul Stamper, who was our director of photography, and so I was his second set of hands. So the days I couldn't actually be there, Sal was running around filming, but so I got a little hands-on experience in a way that I wasn't expecting, but I was very excited for as well. I did a little bit of the art department as well. I helped build the miniature model, which you will see in some of the backgrounds of some of the scenes. And I did other PA stuff, like production assistant, like any little like quirky jobs that needed to be done. I had this giant ball of yarn that I had to untangle so that way it could be put away, but it took about 3 hours to do because there was just this giant mass of nothing. So I'm just pretty much a little bit of everything all around. So
That's very
what
interesting.
makes it a
to hear.
community project because everybody had like a ton of different jobs.
Exactly.
And she also made my mask, so.
Oh,
Yes.
that was the first job I did, so I can
Right.
And for the audience, can you tell us what character you played?
So I'm playing a character named Madura, and I think one of the interesting things about this show is I think the actors were given the liberty to come up with their own character instead of just like handing it to them. So we could, like I try to infuse some of my cultural aspects to it to bring diversity to the group. So I think that's what is very unique about this show.
So I'm hearing that a lot, that there was collaboration.
Yes.
That there was characters. So
I'm very lazy as a writer, and that helped a lot.
collaboration.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about what's up. What's going
All
on?
right, so full disclosure, I know that episode 1 of The Sparrow Falling is supposed to be playing live on TV right now. We're still, yeah, we're still waiting for it to load into the server, so we're gonna be here with the cast to have some more Q&A with Spider-Man, who's been doing an awesome job this whole 2 hours. So yeah, everybody give a hand for Spider-Man. And then, wow, Jason clapped.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Tell us
He
about
hasn't done anything all night. Somebody fix his color.
Jason. You clapping for me. You must be a fan. Totally. I see you. All right. Our two friends at the end. Tell us your favorite Halloween candies. Let's start with you. Who are you? What is your name? What is your role? How do you know Sal?
I'm very glad that we asked that first before the Halloween
You
candy.
just showed up out of nowhere.
Some important stuff here at stake. It's Sean. My name's Sean Murray. I play Mirren. I met Sal through WPAA, through Susan, through a huge network of people that I've done theater and film with over the years. He's an awesome connect. He puts everything on the line to make stuff happen. And then even when there's like a 20-minute delay at the premiere of his show, he's still totally super cool. So he's kind of one of my heroes. So Sal is awesome to work with. The project's been great, and my favorite candy is black licorice. No, that would be insane. It's
Spider-Man does not like black licorice.
It's Reese's.
I'm gonna get another.
All right, we're back. Sal, would you like to talk to some people over here?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess my question for you guys is, like, a lot of you had multiple scenes together, like Sean and Tommy. I was curious, like, you guys never met each other before the production. Like, what was it like working opposite each other, and were you able to play off each other?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Due to the fact that Sean is a method actor and I'm not. I'm more kind of an actor that just gets into character and stays into character. But I actually felt like in certain scenes I was feeding off of his method and kind of bringing back method in the same way. And it was an experience for me that I've never dealt with before, because I've never really worked with method actors before.
Right.
And
incredible to see you two work together.
it seemed like it was just so realistic that when we were done, we were like shaking.
Yeah.
You know, it was
man.
we were so into it that it was, when you get that vibe, you know that you've done something right and that it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And another aspect of it was just enjoyable and incredible, and I can't wait to see it when it's done. I think it was great working with Sean. Every scene, phenomenal.
I echo that sentiment, man. I really do. I won't get into the nature of like what the scene work was about, but it was an intense day. And having done primarily theater my whole life, it's like you spend weeks, sometimes months with the same people, getting to know them and figuring out like where you stand as far as like how you can play off of one another. I was told a lot about Tommy, and I read the script, and then I read the sides, but the day you meet him is the day you shoot an intense scene where you have to not particularly like each other. And we pushed through, and like he said, man, like we got through some of those takes, and at the end it was like coming back to reality. But it felt great. It was really, really cool experience.
Nice. And I mean, similar, Rob and Sean, you guys had a lot of scenes together because there's a friendship between your two characters. You want to talk about how that developed? Because originally in the Macbeth version of this, you were going to be Banquo, he was going to be Macbeth. So that's a parallel we drew. So
I'm going to oversimplify it a lot, but I walked on the set for the first day when we decided we were going to make this our own thing and make it Sparrow. And Sal basically looked at me and said, "This is your best friend," and like that's what it was. Like it clicked. Right, we looked at the script, which was pretty bare bones at that stage in the game, and we were able to develop a rapport just as people and actors and writers and doing whatever else we did at the time. Giving Rob as much as I could as far as feedback as to what I wanted my character to develop into, let him and Sal flesh it out, and the finished product is like incredible. Like I gained friends, like actual friends on this project. Not just because Sal told me I had to for the scenes, but it just developed that way. So I'm grateful. I really am.
All wonderful things to hear. I like this camaraderie. I'm a solo kind of guy myself, but
you've teamed up with the Avengers.
There's a lot of books that would be otherwise, man.
I have. The Hulk's kind of an interesting Wolverine as well, but let's not talk about that. That's all right. Back for more.
We have more.
This is the update.
Nobody's behind Spider-Man. Are we all scared?
Again, for those who are expecting to be tuning into the Sparrow Falling episode 1 right now, we are about 7% or 75% on the loading bar for it to be on the server, so that is coming. Right now, we're just chilling with the cast and the crew on Halloween, extending our Halloween special until we can get that loaded and out to you guys. So, more questions?
Hit us with the questions.
All right, let's see. Who do we got here? My dude.
Where is she?
Yeah, she's way over there.
I see you.
Okay, so this one's a little bit of a personal favorite of mine, and I actually just reviewed the footage. You had to learn a little bit of karate.
Yeah. So in real life, I'm a very clumsy person. I just like fall when I'm walking. But I think when it comes to my character, like especially in the episode of mine, I had to do like martial arts, and it's an advantage when the director knows martial arts. He's a professional, so I really feel like a badass person taking down people and fighting, and I think it'll help me in some way in my personal life too. So that was definitely a unique thing about my character, because it was a lot of stealth. I couldn't show much. I couldn't show my emotions through words or by yelling and all that stuff, but it was through my emotions, which was
martial arts, which I really enjoyed it. So
Cool. And after the episode tonight, you got to go past the credits. There is actually a little 1-minute preview of episode 2 that's going to be shown, and one of your martial arts shots is one of the shots in it.
See my dude, kick ass.
After credit scenes.
So we have a couple additions to the panel. We have my own stepmom, Helen Miller, who played one of our Seer sisters. We have Lily Spencer here, who played the wife of one of our main characters, and playing her son, we have Jared Anderson back here. Yeah.
This individual just teleported from across the side. I see you. You're a villain.
You don't have to be scared of me, Spider-Man. We can use our powers together. Just let's talk off camera.
So I'm going to open up this question to any 3 of our new additions. If you guys wanted to speak about real quick how how you viewed your experience on the project.
Oh, it was a real learning experience. I still love coming here, and seeing how it all comes together. And I didn't mind the fact that we had sometimes to do take after take for whatever the reason. It didn't, some people would say, oh, another take, I guess, but it didn't bother me at all. So I was really fascinated with the whole process of doing that.
We had a really good assistant director who stepped up to director. Everybody knows who he is. He may or may not be wearing purple right now.
Dead giveaway.
But Lily, you had one particular tough day on set, and this individual helped you out a lot. Is something you communicated to me. Can you talk about how we're talking about Ian Howard?
Oh, yeah. Ian was incredible to work with. He really guided me through one of the most difficult days of my filming ever in my life experience. And I was really challenged by some personal issues. I had a headache, a migraine that was just so severe. I was having difficulty even coming down here, but I was okay to drive. But it was, the lights were difficult. Everybody who's ever experienced that knows how challenging it can be. And I had the scene with my son, and there's also my 8-year-old daughter, Terumi, in that scene. And I had large little paragraphs of dialogue explaining her heritage and the family. And I can remember just blinking out, there'd be stops and breaks, and at one point I felt like I was just going to snap and just lose it, and the tears start coming, and I don't want to lose control in front of everybody that I'm working with, and I'm like, I just need 10 minutes, just give me 10. He's like, okay, you got 15, and we came back and we did it, but I can remember calling for a line, like he would repeat what that line was, and I was in such a state of dysfunction. I was absolutely debilitated at that point in time, and I remember saying, I don't even remember what you just said to me. And I just couldn't get rolling, but we did it, and we worked through it, and I agree, somehow it happened.
Right. So what was one? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't, to reflect on that particular moment, but I'm glad you asked, because he was just tremendously helpful and wonderful working through that process.
So what was one of your favorite moments?
Oh, the moment I will always remember, always on the set, was being in the corner. We were coming to the scene where I realized that I don't want to give away any story. So there was a challenging part where I was facing knowing that I was coming into a very emotional scene. And it was the first time I've ever cried on set. The tears just started coming. I took that moment to try and work the energy work that I do to bring up a memory. I had cued a memory in my mind. I used that. It was actually, I don't want to disclose what I actually going to say. I will. I actually triggered a memory of my daughter leaving for college, and how much emotion in that kind of grief sense of him facing the empty nest, and it worked. And I don't know if it'll work again, but I know it came as a surprise, and I was just hoping cameras would roll, and I turned around, and I can just remember that the tears just started flowing. It just was beautiful, so I hope that camera captured it.
I reviewed some of that footage, and it was great. And by the way, you're not getting away. So you're getting a question. So we actually kind of have the honor at the Sparrow Falling of having the introducing credit for Jared. This is your first on-screen project, right?
Yes. You said yes for the audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Maybe it'll catch. So, just tell us what you or how you felt being on set, and if you liked acting. Is it something you want to continue doing?
For the audience, he said he's not sure.
But by the way, typical of interactions with Jared.
Well, I mean, I showed up, I was given lines, I memorized the lines, I went and performed the lines, and I was done.
From what I've heard of Jared, he's one of those people that shows up, he's quiet in the corner, but he does his thing. Is that true?
It is true, and it's not unusual to find him hidden in a corner somewhere sleeping. You know?
I remember that.
I agreed that was George.
Yeah, that one time it might have been George. The one time it was him.
Twice.
We were in the middle of a really quiet scene, and all of a sudden we hear, and it's Rob over there under the window sleeping. But I'd pull back a curtain, and there'd be Jared curled up against the wall. But
So I just have a question about the logistics of filming. In mainstream Hollywood, it takes about 8 days for a TV show episode to come out. When you got towards the middle of your project, how long did it take for an episode? I know you were filming in segments, but I'm guessing you were going to the 13-hour days, long days, just like Hollywood.
Some days as much as 18. No, there was... We weren't technically really ever done with an episode until somewhere near the last week of shooting. And then, we just did because we were filming in sequence. There was never any exact chronography going on there.
Darwin.
He's a man of very few words.
Tell us about your favorite Sparrow moment. A day, a scene, anything.
My favorite Sparrow moment, it was multiple of them. Multiple. But one that stands out is myself and Sean. We were by the window. And then the scene right before I tell but it's just, it started off seeing the thing. I think the conversation we were having was it was a real connecting conversation. I got to know you. First day me and you officially kind of worked together, and it was really cool. I mean, just vibing with you, and then the vibe transferred into on screen.
The
characters that we played together. Yeah, it was real. It was a real. I remember feeling it was like I felt good after shooting, driving home. I remember that day specifically driving home. I was like, I felt accomplished.
Thought about me on the drive?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I could buy my thoughts,
Okay.
So sweet guy, Sean.
I'm sensing romantic moods here.
Bromance. Start of a bromance.
Hey.
Would you like to tell us about your favorite day or scene?
I had so much fun with this group that I honest to God, I cannot choose one favorite scene. It's like, and there's this one time. And then there's another time. So no, I can't choose one, but I remember we were talking to Tommy and Sean about their very trying emotional scene, and I was there for that. I was part of the camera crew, and I was impressed. I was in awe, how strong this, I could feel the energy, clear off camera. It was incredible. And that's how a lot of the scenes were. And it wasn't just, Sean and Tommy, there's times, I can't even think, just with everybody, with each scene, you could feel the connection because they had a connection off screen as well. So, I really don't have a favorite.
Hey,
season, you know?
that made me feel something inside. something I don't normally feel.
Spider senses?
Spider senses are.
I guess every shoot, every scene it was unique.
If you're in the Wallingford area station, come downstairs, watch it with us. It'll be a lifetime experience. World premiere of Sparrow Falling. I'd love to give a big shout out to all my friends in Queens, especially Flushing, all my friends at the Daily Bugle, especially J. Jonah Jameson for printing those wonderful articles about me. And thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
I love Sparrow Falling.
Right? It will go up.